Another day, crypto seemingly is starting off into the green. I want to talk about Cardano in this video. We talk Cardano every single day. And right now, the big question is there are a lot of reasons to be bullish about ADA. Right now, you see Charles Hoskinson at the forefront of a lot of crypto discussion time and time again. But the big question is, what is Cardano doing with Bitcoin? Okay, because I think that does not get enough runtime. We don't talk about it enough. And can Cardano see an immense rally? We're going to talk over 3,000%, reaching $20 for ADA in this video. I'm going to break down kind of what's behind that. I'll give you my thoughts, and we'll kind of put a bow on it towards the end of this video, where I'll let you know where I see Cardano and how I'm playing my ADA within my personal investing strategy. So let's get into it. If you haven't done so already, smash that like button, and please be sure to subscribe down below. If you are new to the channel, awesome. Love some new faces. Glad to have you part of the team. And if you are a returning subscriber, appreciate you guys as always, okay? But as we look into the bubbles, you can see kind of how we've been on a nice little rebound here, stringing together a couple green days. That's what we like to see. Cardano still 10th in market cap. Tron is now above Cardano, trading at 61.87. We've been kind of on that sideways pattern as we look into the trading view. I'll show exactly what's going on. And right now we have kind of that sideways pressure that is not what we like to see, but it's not necessarily a bad thing, as we are still in this descending triangle. And if we date back to March 2nd of this year, that's when Cardano went from an crazy 63 cents all the way up to $1.12, $1.15, started to wick up even higher and crossing over those EMAs with an immense amount of steam as we look to kind of maybe change kind of the sentiment within crypto. That's when that, the crypto reserve, Cardano, Solana, Bitcoin, all of those were XRP were all going to be kind of named into that. And that's when we saw that immense push. And I still think there is a lot of room for Cardano in that narrative. But it's something where the overall steam kind of went by the wayside, right? And then we started to fall off when we did get that retracement down. And when we look into kind of what was going on at that time, that's when the tariff discussion really took full circle. Okay, so that's kind of where we are within the charts. I think that right now we're just hanging out. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm hanging out. Cardano at 60 cents is still a win for me. So it's not anything where I'm looking to swing trade or sell Cardano, and I'm looking to scalp a little bit of a gain here because I am a long-term holder of Cardano, and that's kind of where I'm at. So everybody's welcome to do with what you want to do with your own capital. I'll never tell you guys to buy or sell a crypto. That's just how I feel about it, okay? So I wanted to share with you guys kind of that, but let's get into this big article right now, because if Cardano becomes a Bitcoin DeFi enabler, okay, we're gonna get into an analyst's position if Cardano could rally 3,000+% upwards of $20 per ADA. Now, full disclosure, let me preface this by saying, do I believe Cardano can go on a run? Yes. Do I believe that Cardano will hit $20 in 2025? Absolutely not. And that's not me fudding Cardano. It was one of the first cryptos that I bought. It's one of my biggest conviction plays I have in the market. That does not mean that I am going to sit here and basically get my pom-poms out and start doing jumping jacks because I want Cardano to essentially retire everybody watching this video. That's not the way crypto works, okay? So we're going to put in the work, and as always, I'll never tell you to buy or sell a crypto, so please keep that in mind. Now, it is, I think, relevant to kind of debunk or kind of look at these price predictions and these huge kind of, statements that people make and really look at both sides, treat them equally, and try to be as objective as possible. Okay, but this is coming out from Altcoin Oracle, a delegated rep in Cardano's new decentralized governance system, sharing a bold but bullish price prediction. Now, this is not a a run-of-the-mill kind of influencer talking smoke. This is a actual delegated representative in Cardano's new governance system in an April 17th tweet suggesting that Cardano could rally to $20, owing a recent partnership with the Cardano and Bitcoin ecosystems as kind of the reason why. Okay, now they are going to be a Bitcoin DeFi catalyst, and this is something where, if this does happen, you got to look into kind of what this brings to the table. As Hoskinson went into a lot of detail about this project and how this was born out of a collaboration with the Bitcoin OS and the implications that it has with the blockchain. But we've seen this with Emergo and how the partnership with Bitcoin OS to introduce DeFi features on the network, and how that was a pioneer early on in this campaign. But this project is the main focus for this year. Okay, now with unlocking a lot of smart contract properties, this will leverage the network's 1.6 trillion liquidity for the Cardano ecosystem. So this is going to be a massive, massive project that will not only allow Bitcoin users to access lending, borrowing, and yield-bearing products, but also impacting Cardano's price on the back end, okay? And that's kind of where you look into the implications. Now, this is all done by ChatGPT, mind you. I don't use AI as the gospel. It's a very valuable tool if you've ever used ChatGPT. But in terms of just me making financial decisions, I will never do that based on the forefront of ChatGPT. But it's worth getting into this data because it is relevant to this argument, okay? Saying that Cardano's market cap would skyrocket between $500 million and $1 trillion, okay? And that would be spurred on by the liquidity influx and the institutional adoption of DeFi on Cardano's network. Now, I've been, dabbling in the Cardano world with DeFi this year personally, and it's kind of interesting in comparison to other blockchains. Just keep that in mind. Not saying good or bad, but it's just different, and it's very interesting and appealing to me because it has not really received a lot of the negativity, and it hasn't really received a lot of the volume yet, which is kind of fascinating with a lot of the projects that are being built right now that I'm kind of invested into or kind of tracking along the way. But if we do have a hypothetical supply of 50 billion ADA in this conversation, the ChatGPT bot predicts a surge between $10 and $20, which would be roughly almost $1,500 to $3,000 plus increase from its current price, okay? But if we do maintain that supply at 35.28 billion, we will see $14 to $28 on the same valuation. Now, that is absolutely legendary. If we were able to hit those numbers, I think a lot of people would be very happy campers, myself included. However, I want to remind you guys, and if you've been watching my Cardano content since I've started on this channel, Cardano has always been my first crypto that I bought really with an intention to hold. $9 to $12 was my initial price prediction. So I'm kind of more so aligned with the lower end of this tier in terms of what ChatGPT is throwing out there. But to get into this conversation deeper, Cardano would have to rival Ethereum in terms of total value locked and their decentralized applications along the way. And that is something where a lot of people within the Cardano ecosystem look back at kind of the concerns people had as we talk about kind of having that ghost chain tag. I don't fully 100% understand that. When people throw around Cardano, ghost chain, zombie chain, whatever you want to call it, I just never really understood that or got down with that narrative. So if you have any insight you want to add to that ghost chain, please leave me a comment down below and we'll try to get that discussion going. Okay, but that's kind of where if we get into this hypothetical widespread adoption and all of these numbers for ADA, this is something with the collaboration with Bitcoin would ensure that I think Cardano becomes a very, very strong contender with the likes of Ethereum running very close in that competition. So I think that there's room for Ethereum and Cardano to both have these successful kind of runs. I think that with what Cardano is trying to do within Bitcoin, making that an emphasis, I think that just gives us a very strong reason to be bullish on ADA for 2025 and beyond. And it's something that's been coming in the pipeline, right? We've always talked about kind of the roadmap, the white paper, the foundation of what the plans are down the road, and how we've had all these crazy terms like Voltaire and all these words that people don't fully understand the stepping stones for Cardano to continue its roadmap. And it's relevant. It all is relevant. And it's something where they keep succeeding on rolling out, developing, initiating all of these stepping stones. There's been no drawbacks, no snags, nothing to go in that regard. And they just haven't really got the praise that I think that is fully warranted in that conversation. So I applaud them for reaching out and kind of, trying to grasp all that volume coming out from the Bitcoin ecosystem. And we'll see what kind of the impact it'll have on ADA's price for the longer term. But I wanted to share with you guys this update. Appreciate you guys following along for a couple minutes of your time. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We do talk Cardano and all of your favorite cryptos each and every single day. And I thank you once more, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.